Pew. 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 Boobalooka. Do you like the pshum part? He likes the part where it goes pshum. It's starting to get a little squirrely. This is Heather's last feeding. How are you feeling about that?
I'm miserable.
What do you mean you're miserable?
I don't want to leave.
You don't want to leave?
No.
Are you sad to be not being a part of this organization anymore?
Yes.
What's going to be the biggest thing that you're going to miss?
Boomer and Slade.
Boomer and Slade, of course.
And Tawny.
Oh my gosh! It's okay. I'll just send you pictures. I'll send you of me having a really awesome time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So mean.
I know. Alrighty. Well. Hello, all you big cat lovers out there. It's me, Derek, again. Welcome to another super duper exciting blah 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Episode of the Walk Around the Compound webcast. Now, I did that surprise Walk Around the Compound webcast. I was even on the fence, just like Chompers is right now. I was on the fence about even doing another one for the regular Tuesday edition, but since I said, you know, the other one was, well, that was a surprise. It was an extra. I still need to maintain the schedule of the webcast. Now, granted, I'm not going to be doing like full-on SmackDown webcast. Okay, this is going to be a smaller version than the ones I've recently done. We're gonna keep it nice and tight, folks. Nice and tight, short and sweet. Kate. Oh, she was about to roar. Sometimes you can get them to start to roar. Nope, can't do it. It's kind of like trying to kickstart a mini bike. Boo Bear. Boo 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 boo. Hi. How are you? How you doing, old baby? Hi, baby. Hi, old girl. Uh-oh. I knew it. Flop. Oh. You just got the vapors going so strong. I thought that you were done with your affliction. I'll pray for you that this cursed demon inside of you, of lewdness, of lasciviousness, will exit your frame. Oh. She always wants to chase the gator. Taboola loves chasing the gator. Oh, what is this going to be, like the Taboola and Chompers webcast? Oh my gosh. Chompers. Oh, I need a website. I know that was an abrupt segue, but I do. Oh. Hold on. Ooh, bear. That was impressive. That was impressive. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Yeah, I need a website. Now I already own BigCatDerek.com, but I need to get a website rolling. Now I remember, you know, like there's always like different things that I'm trying to get going and trying to get rolling. And I remember like, oh, I got to do a soundboard. I got to do this. Well, the collab. Oh, sorry, buddy. Whoa. Collab converting my my vines into ringtones. That was basically like that executed the mission that I wanted to achieve of you know, making ringtones and making downloadable sounds from my content. So like that kind of got done. I'm actually still talking to a gentleman who makes you know, gaming apps, sending emails back and forth. I remember I talked about that on a webcast a long time ago. So I'm sure if I sit there and say like, oh, I need a website, that people would be like, sure, what about those other things? Those other things are either they evolved into different things, or they're still in the works. But yeah, I need a website, BigCatDerek.com. Because I've got all of this stuff. I've got the Instagram, and I've got the Twitters, and I've got the Vines, and I've got the YouTubes, and I've got all these different things. And I've got merchandise things, and I've got ringtone things, and I've got all of this stuff. And you know what? Just having one centralized location. Hi, Zeus. Hey, you sniff my hand? What? Hi, old fella. Yeah. Having one centralized location instead of having to send people all over the place, like, go to this one place, go to this thing, go to this, hey, I've got this project, or I've got this one thing. Here, have this link, www.reallycomplicatedwebsite.com/really other additionally complicated 7654239. Ugh. You know what I mean? But who's got the time? Who's got the time for any of it? That's one of the big things, is that, you know, there's so many different things about, you know, the whole BigCatDerek brand. And I'm able to stay on top of a good amount of it, but a lot of it's just becoming, you know, almost too big to even manage alone. You know, and as the footprint grows, and as the number of people who follow me grow, and as my notoriety or fame grows, I don't like using that word. I totally understand how people, they say like, I need to get a manager, I need to get an agent, I need to get this, and I need to get that, because there's a lot of stuff going on. Like simply being able to research and solicit and acquire and secure people to interview for my conservation equation interview series. Like, that's a lot of work, and it's a lot of work that I oftentimes don't have time for. And it's just like, I keep on thinking like, I gotta get another conservation equation, and I've got a couple people, but sometimes it's hard to kind of schedule that stuff. A lot of times it's hard just to, like, you know, kind of groom people and send emails out and be like, hey, I've got this thing, and do you want to do this? Or like actually going and figuring out ways to contact them, because you got to go onto websites, or you got to kind of be a little bit of a sleuth, a little bit of a detective. So yeah, it's difficult, you know, trying to get all this stuff. But I will say that there's a learning curve, and there's an interesting learning curve about all of this stuff, and you know, making it happen. And I think that that's kind of cool. I'm learning so much more about all this stuff, you know, more so than I ever thought that I would. I never really figured that I would be, you know, trying to build a build a brand, so to speak. I mean, I'm using all of these fancy buzzwords, you know, all Hollywood and stuff. But, yeah, it's weird. I got my videos on my YouTube channel that, of course, you guys subscribe to and that you guys like to watch. There have been a couple of people who have been helping me out with, like, those title cards on your YouTube videos where, when you got, like, just the list of videos to choose from, and you're like, well, which video on this list of YouTube videos can I choose from? And then it's like, oh, well, there's, like, the one that looks kind of interesting and, colorful, and it kind of is very eye-catching. Well, people have been helping me out with those. They've been making title cards for me. There was a young lady, Melinda Wright. She made a couple of title cards for me for Walk Around the Compound webcast episode number 79 and 82, I believe it was. And I put those up there. And it's like one of those things where it's like with YouTube especially, it's not like needed, it's not like a requirement that you have that stuff, but it helps. It helps to draw people's eyes to the video and the template. It helps, helps get more clicks, helps get more views. Car. Yeah, she's eating. She's not going to want to pay attention to me. But, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. If you wanted to make some title cards for me, I would be oh so gracious. And it would be a great help, and you would be helping to increase, the footprint and increase the brand, and then also increase, the advocacy of this facility. And here's how I do it. I actually, it's really simple. You take the, if you're just like, I do everything in, the Microsoft, whatever. You take, like, MS Paint, and then you just, like, get a bunch of, like, screenshots of, like, the actual video itself. And then you just basically put it in just like a weird, psychotic, what's that thing? Clippings? The clipboards. Oh, it's just like a scrapbook. What's that word that I'm thinking of? The scrap things. Montage? No, not a montage. Either way, I use MS Paint. I use MS Paint for my title cards because it's usually very, colorful, and like it's like looks hand drawn, and it just looks kind of silly, but it works. So if you go through my list of videos on YouTube, and then you find a video that doesn't have a title card, be like, hey, I could do a title card for that video. Hi, Savannah Banana. You could do a title card for that one, and then you could, like email it to me, or you could like tweet it to me, or you could just like whatever, and I'll be like, OMG, thank you. If you can like try to put the title of that video into the title card, and again, it's gotta, like just like hand, like mouse drawn, and just colorful and just silly. Yeah. It's like it was done by like a psychotic like 6-year-old. That's my style. It's my style. Oh. But there's this whole thing is becoming a thing, and for it to actually like work, I'm just looking for different things, different little things that people can kind of help with. Pride. Whoa. Running. And I figure something small like that, that'd be helpful. title cards, suggestions for interviews. Hell, you could even contact people or contact me and say like, hey, what about this guy? Would you mind interviewing him? And I'm like, yeah, I'd like to interview that person. Be like, hey, I'll email him for you. Oh, thank you so much. That helps me out. That helps me continue to create content and continue to also have the time to be able to take care of the cats because, you know, busy guy. We're all busy out here. Someone told me, he's like, you got to start asking for help. Okay, well, I guess so. I'm trying to ask for help. Whatever. I know this is kind of rambling. Whatever. That's my style. I'm a rambler. I'm a rambling man. I thought that this one was not going to last too long, and I gotta try to know when to stop talking. Hold on, let's see if I can get Chompers to come up over here. Chompers. Chompers. Monsieur. The French Tiger, Chompers. Oh, wow, frisky guy. Frisky guy. Hello. You're all right, bud. Someone put their crazy pants on today. All right, folks. Bye.